This is Rich Girl Network TV. I'm David Jordan, guest hosting tonight here in the Hollywood Hills at the 4th Annual Project Hill Gala. What has brought you here tonight, and what is the inspiration of mine being here tonight?
Sure. Actually, I met Kristina at the Social Innovation Summit a couple months ago, and she told me about this Project Heal and what she was doing for the community. And I actually suffered from an eating disorder back in the modeling days. It was my first time ever speaking about it to someone, and she held space for me and told me what she did for people and how they had grants and peer-to-peer community. And I was like, how can I help? So I leveraged, my influence and my social media following to, sell tickets and do what I can. So, I'm on the host committee with a bunch of very powerful, amazing, intelligent women, and to just sit in that environment and talk about what we went through and also talk about how we're going to heal others was one of the most impactful, important moments of my life. So I just want to say thank you to Kristina and Project Heal for letting me be here today to support.
And I'm sure also it's inspiring that you as a man, because most people think of eating disorders as something that women have problems with, but as a man, I'm sure that you telling your story has enabled others to come forward and share what's really going on with them and inspire them to share their story.
Absolutely. So there's so many levels to eating disorders, and there's so many people that are not sure if they have it or what kind of relationship they have with actually food. So there's endless variety of people that can be influenced and affected and healed by what we're doing here. So for me to stand up and just talk about it was, for one, a huge weight off my shoulders, and two, if it could influence someone along the way, I'm so grateful for that.
Where can people follow you and keep up with you?
Sure. Bryant Wood TV on Instagram. I have a kids show on Pop TV called This Just In. It's amazing, but more importantly, support Project Heal and learn yourself and educate yourself.
Ryan, you could be many places tonight, but you're here to support, share with everybody. What brings you out tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, supporting anything that has to do with the eating disorder community is super important to me. Being a guy, we're so underrepresented in this community that it's just so important for me to show up.
Now, I had no idea that men had eating disorders. You literally just told me that. Even we chatted before. What made you want to do this? This is a very transparent thing you're sharing with everyone. What were your thoughts about saying, oh my God, I'm going to bring this out there?
Absolutely. Well, the reality is that 30 million Americans are struggling with eating disorders, and 10 million of those are men. Those are just the reported ones. So let's think of all the undiagnosed men that are struggling with eating disorders. I think that, I quickly realized that we all have the ability to impact someone's life in a positive way just by sharing our story. That's all I have. I'm not a doctor, but I can share my story, and that's sometimes enough. Yeah.
Now, you get a lot of people reaching out to you. Has there been a story that reached out to you so intensely that it really troubled you to the core?
So I started a blog and Instagram about my journey because I realized that there was nobody out there doing it. And then I have a ton of people that reach out to me, guys in particular, and this one story was it stuck in my mind. 2 years later, he was 32 years old, and he said, I was just diagnosed with bulimia, and I told my mother, and she said, that's impossible, only women get bulimia.
I've said the same thing.
And the thing is that it's shocking because it's just, what are eating disorders? The reality is that eating disorders are a mental illness. They don't discriminate against your, gender, your orientation, your age, your race, your ethnicity, nothing. So I think that it's educating people on what they are. A lot of people think that eating disorders are just emotional eating, and of course there is some kind of an emotional component to it, but it's really a mental disorder. And I think when people realize that, it's like anxiety, depression, they can affect anybody. So just getting out there and spreading the word.
I'm so proud of you that you decided to share your story and be transparent. It's brilliant. But of course, my audience will want to follow you, find out more, and chat with you. How do they find you?
I would love that. So my name is Ryan Sheldon. My Instagram is Binge Eater Confessions, and my blog is MrConfessions.com. Follow me, reach out. Yeah.
Ryan, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate your time and sharing your story to the public.
Oh, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me.
It's been an amazing night here in the Hollywood Hills at the 4th Annual Project Hill Gala. Honorees, awardees, and great people have made for a great evening. Find out more about Project Hill at theprojecthill.org. This is Rich Girl Network TV, and I'm David Jordan, guest hosting. Have a great evening.